In this video, we'll explore Chapter 10, How to Find and Fix the Causes of Your Bad Habits, from Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is part of the second law of behavior change, make it attractive, and its flip side, make it unattractive. Let's dive in. In 2012, the author was in Istanbul when he noticed his friend Mike had a strange habit. Every time someone spoke Turkish around him, Mike would say, "I don't speak Turkish." He repeated it over and over, even when no one asked him anything. Mike wasn't correcting anyone or helping, he was just reacting automatically. This shows how habits can be unconscious responses to cues in your environment. Later, the author realized he was doing something similar. Every time someone criticized his writing, he'd say, "I'm still learning." It was an automatic response, protecting his ego, not helping him grow. Bad habits often form because they serve a purpose, like reducing stress or protecting your identity. But once they're formed, you repeat them without thinking. To change a bad habit, you must first understand why you are doing it. What need is it fulfilling? Once you know, you can replace it with a better habit that serves the same purpose. For example, if you smoke to deal with stress, find a healthier way to cope, like deep breathing, walking, or journaling. This is the inversion of the second law of behavior change, make it unattractive. One way to do this is to reframe your mindset. Instead of seeing a habit as something you have to do, see it as something you get to do. Changing just one word can shift your attitude. "I have to go to work" feels heavy. "I get to go to work" feels like an opportunity. You can use this trick to make bad habits feel less appealing. If you want to stop watching too much TV, remind yourself that it wastes your time instead of relaxing you. The key is to highlight the downside of the bad habit. You are not punishing yourself, you're simply helping your brain see the habit differently. Another way to make bad habits unattractive is to learn about their consequences. When people learn smoking causes cancer, they're less likely to do it. When you understand the cost of a habit, your brain starts to avoid it naturally. You don't need willpower, just awareness. Your brain loves rewards and avoids pain. So if you can link a bad habit to something unpleasant, your brain will start avoiding it. For example, if you want to stop scrolling social media, put a sticky note on your phone that says, "This makes me anxious." Or if you want to eat healthier, look up what junk food does to your body before you open a bag of chips. Many bad habits feel good in the moment but hurt later. The goal is to make your brain care about the long-term effects right now. You can also create rules for yourself. For example, no phone until I've read for 10 minutes. This helps you build better habits by making old ones inconvenient. Reframe how you see the habit. Instead of saying, "I can't skip the gym," say, "I get to take care of my health." The more your brain sees a habit as unattractive, the less likely you are to do it. That's how you break the cycle. Final summary, from Chapter 10. Bad habits often form because they meet a need, like reducing stress or protecting your identity. To break a habit, reframe it as something unattractive. Use mindset shifts like, "I get to," instead of, "I have to." Link bad habits with negative outcomes so your brain avoids them naturally. Help your brain care about long-term results by reminding yourself of the cost, now. The inversion of the second law is, make it unattractive. In the next video, we'll explore Chapter 11, walk slowly, but never backward. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the bell icon, so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.